Hi, my Gemmies. Welcome to your mid-month reading. This is of your guidance for love and soul guidance. I did this for December, so we're doing the same thing because I really like this type of guidance. It's gonna help you to stay in the path you are, or if you are deviating, will help you to see things more clearly and go back to what you're supposed to be doing. So let's start. For my Gemmies, hopefully everyone had a great start of the year. I kind of was a little rocky for me, and then it just really was great at the new year, so it was good. So first we're going to start with the energy that will be coming in for us Gemmies, and it's the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And I'm going to tell you, this type of energy that is coming to us, towards us, this last 2 weeks of January is going to be an energy that will try to make us try to lower our standards or expectations about something or someone. It's a type of energy that you might have, you know, a lot of people around you trying to have this sense of entitlement of your life or how you manage things, or in any area of your life, you know, like you will have this energy around, like people kind of feeling that entitlement of telling you what to do, what to say, or making you try to think differently and lower your standards or your expectations about what you want. So make sure you know that you might feel this lack of balance, or even in your, you know, material. Okay, so what you need to avoid this next 2 weeks, for some reason it says like you need to stop connecting too much with people for some reason. Maybe you try, I think you need to, it's funny because it does says this about, you know, how certain people or energy of people will try to lower your standards, and maybe you need to figure out who you're really hanging out with, who are your friends, who are not, who are supportive. Okay, and when I see this, it came out, I was like, okay, this is something that you need to avoid in your blockages. It might be that you are hanging out with the wrong people. And it's funny because when I lift this up, it's the fish, and the fish is, it's very positive, you know, it's about productivity too. So I think it's like you need to avoid just to, maybe you are hanging out too much too, maybe with the wrong people, or maybe you making too much, spending too much, you know, money on things that you shouldn't. So I think you need to probably take care of that and just make sure that you spend money on what you really need, not what you want, okay? And try to recognize the people you need to hang out with, okay? And remember the energy that will be coming in. So pay attention to that. And what we need to focus on right now is to listen. And I think it's very important for us to listen, because that gives us that intuition to know what it's really important for us. Okay, so what we really need, not what we really want, but what we really need. So we need to really listen more in these 2 weeks instead of making too much actions. Just make sure you recognize the signs. Make sure you know what you're doing, who is around you. Okay, so it's very important. Very important you know that, because of the energy. That's why these are very connected one to another. That's why I love this type of guidance. So remember, quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. So quiet mind, body, okay, and we can hear better. What is that you need to learn? Why is that we're gonna have this energy coming? It's like, who wants to have this type of energy? I don't want to have this type of energy around me. I definitely don't. I need support. I don't need people around me, you know, saying, well, if you were to do this, or maybe if you do this, or maybe you would do this, and or well, maybe you expecting too much about someone, or maybe you shouldn't be going to your master's degree and taking so many classes, or maybe you just, and you just like, you know, it's just, oh, it makes you feel like, why do I have to drag all this stuff with me, and making you feel stressed. You don't need that. But what you need to learn is It's okay to fail. It's okay. If this happened to you, maybe you're still dealing with this. Maybe you made a mistake before. Maybe in a relationship. Remember, this is the soul guidance. So maybe you picked the wrong guy, that picked the wrong girl. Maybe you made the wrong decision, and someone is just, or a type of energy that are telling you, you see, this is what you choose. You see, this is what you did. And you know what? We don't need that. Maybe that's what we need to avoid, this type of people around us. Maybe you made wrong decisions even with your material, you know, expenditures, and, you know, just need to learn what you did wrong, right? And we move on and we don't repeat that same mistake, okay? So it says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I learned something, and I'm definitely making sure that it's in 2 weeks. You know, I'm in this right now, and I know what this means for me. So yeah, it could be like you were trying to be with someone, maybe you act too intense, maybe you make the wrong moves, or even at work, whatever it is. This 2 weeks, just make sure that you understand it was just a mistake. Just go ahead and listen more, but don't let people to put you down and not being supportive neither, okay? You're learning. Listen more, have your intuition up there, and see who is who, and do not stress out. Listen, do not act. Just make sure who you're going to be allowing to be in your life, and, you know, just avoid hanging out with those that doesn't really help you, okay? Just listen, and then just, you know, okay, good. Just be careful. Don't say anything. So now in love, for my Gemmies, for singles and for married, so we have the activation cards and how you can activate love. But for this month, all my Gemmies, as I explained in the monthly, so go back to your monthly if you haven't watched it. For January, the monthly, I know that we have a lot of opportunities, and we're going to be basically having plenty of fishes for us, and I'm serious, like I know what I'm talking about. So for my singles, there's one thing you need to do, not one, because actually there's 3 cards pops out, like, and I was like, okay, I need to take the 3, and it's, you know, it's very clear to me what this means for me. So we have the first card, it was the cause effect, transformation, and self-love, and I think that says it all. You know, I realize that I made a mistake. I might have just tried to rush into something that I shouldn't. Maybe because I was afraid of what happened to me lately in a past relationship. So I think that is like, that was the cause effect. You know, I'm aware that a love I create in my thoughts, or whatever I want in your thoughts, that's the creation. The thoughts is the creation of the actions. And I think I should have just stick with slowness, you know, like just moving carefully and slowly, you know. And then when that thing happened, and I feel, boom, this failure thing, right, which I'm still dealing with it, because this is what we needed to learn in the next 2 weeks, and you could be dragging this for the first 2 weeks. So we kind of like in this soul lesson for the month, but I'm just trying to tell you, this is what you're going to still be dragging to the next 2 weeks, right, from the 15th to the end of the month. We create this cause effect, right, and then we in the period of transformation, right? So this might have happened already, because it happened to me already in the first 2 weeks of the 2 weeks of January, and then boom, transformation. Like I'm aware now, moving through the illusions through this awareness. So yeah, I have things in my head, and, you know, move too quick into things, and boom, I messed it up. Failure. And what? Yeah, maybe scared, maybe, you know, all this stuff. Now from that illusions of thinking about the past, or what happened, or what I wanted, or instead of like what I really needed and to do. Okay, so boom, now I'm aware, like, oh, what did I do? Self-love, right? It's not about giving, like, it's just about me. Realize that love of self is necessary to love another. So you can't be trying to rush things too quick. You need to go slow and, you know, getting to know the person and give it chances and just not, you know, assume things quickly, or, you know, and maybe the other person will, you know, maybe your image was too strong, coming in too strong. Like it kind of happened to me, and I should just let go, you know, like things flow naturally. So I just want you to see what happened to me so we know what's going on for us, Gemmies. So you could be in the same situation and you're like, oh my God. So if you didn't realize it was a mistake or whatever you did, well, now you know. So we need to focus more in ourselves, and that will attract the love. You know, just be more independent and move things, you know, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Literally, that's what it is. So for my couples, marry or not, but you together, your card is virtue. Remember, we are learning from this failure thing. So whatever happens or whatever's happening, if you're getting divorced, you're getting married, whatever, your activation card of love is saying, you know, you need to acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. So I guess that is very important for you guys, that you recognize the virtues of yourself, right? And then you are very important, and you can help your partner to grow with you spiritually. So, and you know, willingness. So what is that? I just in my head is like, what is that, the virtue that you really like? Willingness. So I guess my Gemini is true. We are in a period where we are willing to or able to compromise when is love involved. Like, so this is your activation card, and it's telling you know what, show that you're willing to commit to your partner, to grow together. You have that virtue to make your partner feel like we can do this, we can grow together. Even if you are having so much trouble or whatever's going on, this is what you need to put in. So that's going to attract love and make things work with your partner. Okay, so I think that's it for me. I think that's a great reading. I know we dealing with this energy, but guess what, the star tells us like wishes and dreams will come at the end of the month. So yeah, we will have this, but we'll be able to be in the star card, and the star card is saying, oh, pouring of love. We're going to be pouring love. So just make sure you know what you are spending your money. Make sure you don't spend like crazy, and make sure that who are the people you're hanging out with. Avoid people who are trying to put you down, and you know, make sure that you deal with that and recognize your mistakes, listen more, and that's it. Okay, guys, much love, much light, and I'll see you on February. Ciao.